now we are Triplet Training Tough. So we thought for our first video it would be a good idea to answer your guys' questions that you ask us over on our Instagram quite often.
So we have an Instagram account called TripletsTrainingTough. We started it in January?
The end of January.
Yeah, and it's going really well, but a few people have asked us quite a lot of questions. So we thought we'd answer them all in one video to let you know. And
one of the biggest things people say to us is, oh my god, you should start a YouTube channel.
So here we are, we're doing it today and we're buzzing about it.
So today we have our younger sister here, Betsy.
Hi guys!
There she is. She's behind the camera and she's going to be on asking us.
She's
the
currently
questions.
in front of the camera.
Yeah.
Right, let's start with the questions.
Go on then, Bets, hit them.
Go, go, go.
Go, go, go.
When did you guys first get into health and fitness?
So we started with a personal trainer.
It all began about a year ago, didn't it?
Yeah, so about a year ago. Was it last March, I think?
Yeah.
Yes. So Daisy started first in March.
Yes, guys, it's all down to me.
Rosie started in April.
Yeah.
And I started in May. So we've each had a month between us. By May, we were all in it together.
So at the beginning of March, I started with a personal trainer. I was doing an hour a week. And they both said to me, oh my god, I can't believe you're paying all that money.
To the gym.
Yeah, we were all attending a gym.
But I really did think, oh, she's wasting her money. Like, she isn't gonna benefit from it. Little did I know.
2 months later, she was there. And this was, May we turned 17, so we were 16 when we technically started.
Yeah.
And honestly, we couldn't imagine our lives without it now. I know a lot of people say that, but I think for us, we've been doing it for a year now. We just love it.
And the first step to getting a personal trainer was just the hardest, really, wasn't it?
Yeah.
But once we started, we were addicted. We were there all the time, 5 days a week. We loved it.
And I think a lot of people say to us, oh my god, it's so much money that you spend, and we're like, it's an investment on our part.
Yeah.
Like,
we couldn't imagine our lives without it.
We're glad we spend the money on it because we couldn't imagine not doing it. Right. Next question. Sorry, we talk too much.
What inspired you to get into the gym?
That's a good
I would
question.
say, like, for me, especially all of us actually, when we first started going to the gym, the biggest thing that we did was run. And we never really resistance trained,
We were just on the
go over
treadmill.
to the weights room. And I think growing up, watching our mum just go out on a run and she'd just be able to go out on a run 1 week and then leave it 2 weeks and go out on another run. And she would just easily be able to do it. We're like, oh my god, can we be like you? Yeah, and thought, we want to be
So
like
we
you.
would be in the gym on the treadmills and we'd always see like young girls around us resistance training and we thought, oh my god, that's so cool. How do we get into that?
And then I think with the whole, I know we only created Instagram, not even 6 months ago. But, everything on Instagram is such a big thing on Instagram. And you look at other girls doing workouts and you're like, oh my god, I want to be like that. And I guess when we started, the idea of resistance training was just so cool.
Yeah. I must say, after our first PT session, I was like, oh my god, I'm not coming back. It's too hard.
But to the question of what inspired us, I think it was, we were happy in what we were doing. We were pretty content with our jobs and what we were doing at work. And it was like almost a challenge for us, wasn't it? We're like, we need a challenge, we need something else. I think we thrived off that. At school, we were never, oh my god, we hated PE. Yeah. Talk to anyone that went to school and they were like, what? We were like the people at the back of the PE class.
And
we're not
people
even
are still
exaggerating.
shocked to this day to think that we're so into it because we were completely the opposite in school, which is crazy.
Go, next question. Go, go, go.
How did you start in the gym?
So we started with a personal trainer. Once a week we were all doing, weren't we? For an hour between us. Together, which was another thing that was quite good.
Which is quite nice, I think. I think that made it easier, starting at the gym, doing it together, not having to go to a session alone. But even still, we did find it quite daunting when we first started. They all say, friends that train together stay together. True. I think that's true.
So we started with the basics of obviously body weight exercises, and then we kind of moved on to, what did we move on to after that? Squats, back squats, hip thrust. Just a load of exercises, but
learning the basics.
Yeah, we started learning the basics.
Next.
But we were still running as well at this point.
Next.
How do people tell you apart?
Well,
I feel like we always get this question. I feel like there's no answer for that
but
question.
you two work together, so
Do you know what I think it is? I think it's always been our hair's been slightly different, but I cut my hair short, so they both did eventually. Not that they would do that if not. But
we copied you.
yeah, no you didn't. But I think the biggest thing people say is one, our voices as you get to know us, but also our personalities. They are very different. We are different in ways, and obviously there is. I mean, we're identical triplets, but there is certain things about us that are different.
So what's different about us? Rosie's like the mother of the group, aren't you?
Yeah.
You're like the leader in a way.
No, but not the. In a
You're
sense.
not, but because you're the oldest, I feel like
Yeah.
only by a minute, but I don't know.
Makes all the difference a minute.
You just are. And then Daisy, what do we say about Daisy?
What do we say about Daisy? Good question.
She lives life to the fullest,
Exactly right. You only live once,
but she doesn't take everything too seriously.
No.
She
Only doesn't take much seriously. Only when you need to take it seriously.
Exactly.
And then Holly is just stubborn.
Just saying. Fair enough.
Holly's just stubborn. Not much more to it.
How many days a week do you train?
Currently we train, well, we say we train 5 days a week, so we resistance train, 5 days a week, and then we do cardio on top of that 4 days a week. But every day, like so today for us is a rest day, but I got up this morning, went on a run.
It changes really, doesn't
going
it?
on a long walk later. So as much as we say it's a rest day, we don't really have.
We'd hate to be at home and sitting down all
nothing.
day.
Yeah. And I guess in terms of resistance training, it's we split upper and lower. So it was like 3 lower sessions with 2 upper, and then the next week we alternate. And then in terms of cardio, it sort of changes from time to time. But at the moment we've been doing a little bit of HIIT training.
We were running 5 times a week, weren't we? But we've changed it up.
Next question.
Does it get competitive between you guys?
Oh my god, yes it does. I feel like even growing up, like even though Mum said everything was a competition, like
who can ride a bike further, who can tie a shoe.
As much as we don't like it, it is. I think everything we do in life is always going to be a competition.
Who's going to get the highest grade in that subject?
Oh, that's the biggest competition that we've had to face so far, was who's going to get the
who's got the most GCSE. But then when it comes to the gym as well, like if you were to lift a certain amount of weight, I'd be like, I'm doing it.
Yeah.
Or
so
higher.
I think it's healthy competition, right?
Yeah. It's good for us, isn't it?
Yeah.
Next. Do you prefer to work out alone or train together?
Together. Especially in terms of resistance training, we'd much rather train together. And especially in lockdown, we don't really have a lot of option. But at the moment, we've been doing like a HIIT circuits, so it works really well.
But then again, like if we were to go on a walk, sometimes we like going by ourselves.
Yeah. It's nice. It's nice to just plug in. I like running alone. I don't really like running.
Yeah, because I feel like when I'm running, I have to run the same speed.
Because it's a competition.
And like we don't run at the same speed with different people, so we have to remember that.
But then again, I think, you know, in the gym, sometimes I would have a session by myself. These two are at work and whatever.
Yeah.
And I loved it because it's like you're just pleasing yourself and no one else. Not that I take much pleasing anyway. No.
Oh, okay.
You do. Next.
What's the hardest part about being triplets?
Is there a hard part?
Well,
I think it's the competition actually. As much as we like to think it is healthy competition, we do go through a stage. Like for example, the biggest competition that I can think back from now would probably be when we were hitting our PB on a squat. Let's not get started on that because that was a big thing. And it was good, but I feel like it was heavy. We went heavy, and I think it's.
Yeah, but we were sensible with it in that sense.
Oh yeah, we were sensible with it. But I kind of hit high, started off good, and then you're like, come on Rosie, you can do this. Didn't make it back up. So then you almost feel gutted because you're like, oh my god.
And then you try again, and then it's like, come on, just leave it, try another day.
And you know what? I don't think there is the bad part.
Apart
because
from
we've always said, like, aside from fitness, like it's just like living with your 2 best friends. You know, we do everything together.
We never get bored.
You're like, oh, if you know, you're thinking should we go out? And you're like, well, I can just go with Holly and Rosie. Yeah. So I think in that sense there isn't. Obviously we argue. Everyone argues, but it's always silly, isn't it?
And we can share clothes. We can share everything.
Yeah.
She can make me lunch. Like,
can I?
No, but it's good because if we're doing it with each other, then we
do you know what, we experience everything together, like growing up at school, and then we all went into the same job, so yeah. Next.
Who's the most competitive?
Ooh, I I think Holly's pretty competitive.
Really?
Yeah.
I wouldn't have thought
Yeah,
that.
Betsy's going like that in
Yeah, Betsy agrees.
the camera. Yeah.
I think secretly you are quite competitive.
Yeah.
As much as
I never-
you're not very vocal about it,
I don't even know
I just
who's
get
the most competitive, but I wouldn't say it was me. But anyway, thanks. I don't know if that's a good thing or
I'll
not.
take that as a compliment. I don't know.
I think we
Yeah.
all have our moments, and it depends what the situation is.
Yeah, but I would say I think that comes with being stubborn as well, though.
Maybe being the youngest.
Yeah.
Is the youngest always the most competitive?
I'm stubborn.
Yeah. I mean, we're literally born at the same minute, but... Next one.
What was your biggest challenge in your fitness journey so far?
Oh, this is a
Starting.
good one.
Definitely. A lot of people ask us this, and I think the biggest thing is starting.
Yeah, but I wouldn't say
How
it
many
is.
times did we sign up to a gym or sign up to a class
I
and
wouldn't say
cancel?
it is. I would say it would be the half marathon.
Do you remember that time? I'll always remember this, but we started at a gym, literally in the evening, and we were working the next day, and we woke up and went to a class at like 6:30.
Yeah, it
Do
was
you remember we
pretty-
did that? And I think looking back, I was like, that is actually kind of a big thing. Like,
Yeah.
some gyms can be quite intimidating, and I guess because we're together, it's different. But do you remember?
Yeah.
See, for me, it was a half marathon. We ran a half marathon in February. We didn't really train that much for it because we liked resistance training too much. We just couldn't get in the groove.
It was one of those things that we booked it like a year before. We thought, oh, you know, we don't really need to start training now.
But
we
really, our
cancelled-
bodies were conditioned in a way that we could just do that.
Yeah.
We did focus on resistance training a lot.
We could have cancelled it, but we were running it.
But that
for
pain
charity.
the next week, I've
Yeah,
never experienced.
It was
I've never
amazing.
experienced anything like that in my life.
It was amazing completing it.
I would say at the half marathon, and it's something we would definitely do again because you know
Definitely.
we did it, but the time we got wasn't that
not a
great.
half.
A full. We're doing a
One
full
day.
marathon.
An actual marathon.
You know, guys, you need to challenge yourself, right?
What's your favourite muscle to train and which exercises?
Rosie, go for it.
I love a squat.
We all love a squat. We love a back squat. I mean, we like to
Love a
go
back squat with a bar, yeah, behind the bar.
Oh, let's not talk about it. We missed the squat rack.
Quite
For
fun.
now,
Girls'
we're just going
practice.
to have to settle with, you know, sumo squat
An
and
8 kilogram
goblet
kettlebell
but
squat.
Yeah, that's all we've got. Yeah, I love a squat. I could squat every day.
I mean, you know, I love to squat and we love to train lower body, but I think we found a new passion.
Oh my god,
I'm not going to
yeah.
jinx it, but for upper body
Yeah.
during lockdown. Do we agree?
I agree.
So bench press. I used to like bench pressing
Yeah.
in the gym. But
What do I like?
we're not fortunate enough to have a bench press at home. So
I really like deadlifts at the moment, I think, and I definitely want to get back into doing heavy deadlifts when we go back to the
And
gym.
we never used to train our upper body that consistently, I would say. It was more lower. I think typically
Yeah,
for girls you train lower
definitely.
more. I don't know. But what to say? I shouldn't say that. But I think it's true. I think all of the girls there would admit that.
yeah.
Who knows? But we've definitely seen a change in our upper body the past few weeks. And we've seen progress, and I think
We have had achy arms as well, but it's worth it.
you've got to balance it though, right? You shouldn't just always be lower. Next one, please.
Is this the last question?
No, the second to last.
Oh, okay.
Unless you have any you want to ask us at the end.
Yeah, let's do it.
Do you do cardio as well as resistance training?
We do. Currently we do a bit of extra cardio, not too much, just 20 minutes cardio a week.
A day.
4 times a week,
Yeah.
sorry. And then we do get our 15,000 steps in, so we are quite
10
active.
to 15,000.
And run if we
Yeah.
would like to.
Yes.
Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't.
I think it's nice to find the balance. Now we're not, you know, we're locked inside.
When we first started in the gym though, we couldn't think of anything worse. Like we just wanted to resistance train, didn't want to do cardio at all really, didn't we?
Do you know what? You need to find the right balance. And sometimes we don't do cardio, and sometimes we do. And that's nice to have that option.
Yeah, definitely.
But steps is key, right?
Yes.
We always get our steps in. Are you going to say goodbye? She wants to make a guest appearance, so I'm sure she will.
Sit here.
Here she is!
Yay!
Thank you for watching.
Thanks for watching.
Thank you guys for watching.
We hope you learned a bit more about us.
And we'll definitely be back with another video.
Leave some suggestions of what you would like us
In
to
all
film.
honesty, we have some great
Yeah, we
ideas,
do, we
don't
do.
we?
See you guys soon.